Boom shakalaka, what is going on everybody? Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we are talking about urgent warning for all Bitcoin and Cardano holders. Why the price may tank and then pop back up for massive gains that we haven't even come close to seeing yet. What is up everybody? Welcome to the live stream today. If this is working, just going to give it another second to make sure it's actually working and streaming. Well, welcome to the live stream, guys. Welcome, Mohammed, Pablo, Jose, Brandon, Interpreter, Errol, Nicola, Ben, Nadik. All right, everybody's coming on in. So today's video, we have a huge video for all Bitcoin and Cardano holders, and surprise for all of you Polkadot holders. We have some pretty crazy news for all of you Polkadotters out there. You don't say that. Okay, didn't think about that beforehand. Anyways, so Bitcoin price is down today. And most other altcoins down today as well. A lot of people are pretty bummed out. If we take a look at Bitcoin right now, we can see we have these huge red candles. Look at that, starting to bounce back. Came all the way down to $4,800 and then back up to 52 right now. Now, pretty exciting. There is a dip. Was this all of the dip? Well, you see, today there was a lot of speculation. Before the dip, there were significant Bitcoin inflows into all exchanges, mostly Gemini. As you can see here, what was it, 30,000 some? 28,000 Bitcoin flowing into exchanges, 10,000 OK Exchange, 18,000 Gemini. It looks like wallet labeling error picking up an internal movement inside Gemini. We'll have confirmation soon. So, a lot of FUD this morning. So basically, 30,000 out of 2.38 million Bitcoin moved into exchanges, and it caused the whole entire market to crash. That's pretty crazy. But what's more important is what's going on with Bitcoin and why this happened. You see, in the video that I made yesterday, I think it was yesterday, talked about how Bitcoin is actually identically copying what's happening in 2017. So basically, Bitcoin price was running up, and then same place in 2017, which is this blue bar pattern, same place, it dipped down. And then it was coming up and I was saying, hey, it looks like it might be going up to 70,000 before another dip. However, I did not see this diagonal dotted pink line there because I didn't put that there until today. But if we take a look at that, from the first peak in, this is the 2014 bull market. So since that first pullback there, that lines up perfectly with the one from 2017, and actually that's exactly right where we are now. So potentially we could be having a pullback. Now, where is that to go? Well, Willy Woo showed the other day that the amount of consolidation Bitcoin has seen since January is unreal. Looks like 48,000 is the new $35,000 now. And as we can see here on the price, went all the way down to $48,000, exactly where Willy Woo predicted it, thanks to Glassnode. So, what does this mean? Well, a couple things. One, Bitcoin is continuing to trek along the bullish megaphone. Okay, there was this very small dotted white line that was forming a wedge, which is generally, as I mentioned, a bearish pattern, and it looks like it broke out bearishly on that. Actually came down to almost a 61.8 fib right at $47,000 there. But might be heading back up. We've actually broken below the 4-hour MA50, which as you can see here, Bitcoin doesn't spend much time below that in a bull market. So Bitcoin, could this be all of the dip? It very well could. I mean, if you're a dipshit, if you like to buy the dip, you might want to buy the dip now. But if you don't buy it now, yeah, there's the possibility it could come back down to like 35,000. Is that what he was saying the other end of it? 35,000 was the other end. And look at that. 35,000 is the bottom of the bullish megaphone right here. $35,000 is basically as low as Bitcoin could go. So if you want to be that big of a dipshit and wait until the bottom there, you could certainly do that. But will it ever get down there? Who knows? Because here's the thing that I think everybody's missing out on this thing while they're fudding about, 1.2% of the Bitcoin on exchanges being dumped into exchanges, like 1.2% increase in Bitcoin on exchanges. While everybody's fudding about that, they're missing out on this right here, is that Bitcoin is facing market liquidity falls. So basically, all of these institutions buying Bitcoin are decreasing the supply of Bitcoin out there. It doesn't impact the price because they're buying over the counter. What they're doing is they're decreasing the supply. So that means with liquidity falling in the Bitcoin market, smaller trades can have a relatively large price impact. For example, okay, evidence number one would be this FUD right here. Okay, yesterday, or maybe that was today, I can't even remember anymore. Days are going so fast. Somebody talked about this FUD about, all this Bitcoin going to exchanges. FUD evidence number one. And then everybody sells Bitcoin. Every retail trader sells Bitcoin. And that affects the price like this. Because there's not that many Bitcoin available on exchanges anymore. So, with Bitcoin price coming down, what I have to say about that is, I think Altcoin Daily sums it up best when he says pullbacks are part of any healthy Bitcoin bull market. Often a great time to buy. Go ahead, be a dipshit. Zoom out, fight the FUD, buy the dip. Because you got to remember, guys, the hardest money ever. Huge hedge against the inflation of the US dollar. Not to mention like the most secure money that's out there. I mean, banks can just liquidate your accounts. They can't take your Bitcoin if you hold your keys. However, if you put it on Nexo, they'll just liquidate you. Apparently, that's what's happening. Now, furthermore, onto this stuff. Furthermore, now with JP Morgan saying, hey, there's price turbulence coming up, they further go on to say that Bitcoin could rise to $146,000 long term as it competes with gold. Do you think they've bought their stake of Bitcoin? I would think so, but they didn't buy it on the order book, so it didn't affect the price. And they're probably buying it more, and they're buying the dip. But turns out Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan are reportedly buying exposure to one crypto asset, and it's not Bitcoin, and it's not Ethereum, and guess what, Cardano fans? It's not Cardano either. By the way, guys, if you do enjoy this, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. It does help out so much. Turns out that financial titans Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and UBS brokerage firm ICAP are all exposing themselves to exchange-traded product tied to Polkadot's native asset DOT, according to a CoinDesk report. That's right, a Polkadot ETP that everyone is buying, not Bitcoin, not ETH, not Cardano, it's Polkadot. Now, because a lot of you are here because I said that I would talk about Cardano today, I wanted to talk about Cardano today because there's a whole bunch of Cardano fans. They have like the #1 fanboy club ever. It's not the cool fanboys like the Chainlink fanboys, and it's not like the will cut your throat fanboys like the XRP army. They're like the nerdy fanboys, but hey, we love you anyways. So, Cardano. Taking a look at Cardano and the ETH comparative, okay? As we can see here, it has been in somewhat of a megaphone here. Now, it's not a bullish megaphone because it's not going up like Bitcoin here. You see how Bitcoin here is going up? That's a bullish megaphone. Cardano and ETH is just a sideways megaphone, okay? We'll call it like a bugle for all you bugle boys out there. Well, as you can see, it's just basically oscillating back and forth. Like I know on this channel, we talk a lot about Bitcoin oscillators. Well, it turns out that it looks like Cardano and ETH are oscillators. And if you're looking to trade something, you might want to trade Cardano and ETH because right now would be a good time to sell Cardano and then the price will dip back down and then you buy Cardano with the ETH that you sold it for. Basically, it looks like that's what's going to happen. It happened 1, 2, 3 times already. That means there's a 4 out of 5 chance it'll happen, 80% chance it'll happen again. Now, potentially, some of the reason for this, some of my reasoning behind Cardano price going down would be this article right here, published just the other day. Musk's Dogecoin army recruit Gene Simmons turns Cardano adherent. Here's why. He says he buys Cardano because he believes it's going up. He purchased $300,000 worth of Cardano because he believes it's going up. Now, that sounds pretty awesome and somebody famous buying Cardano. But if you just remember back, because I know all of us in crypto have such a short-term memory that we don't remember very much. Well, if you remember back like not even a month ago, I know, very short-term memory here in crypto. Dogecoin hits new highs as Snoop Dogg Gene Simmons joined crypto craze. This was February 8th. Take a look when Gene Simmons bought Dogecoin at the very top in Bitcoin comparative. Okay, he pretty much bought it as high as you could buy Dogecoin in Bitcoin comparative. Okay, now he's buying Cardano. Guess what? It's probably going to be as high in Bitcoin comparative as possible. So if we take a look at this, this is the chart. I mean, this is the chart that I always point to when I say Cardano's a degenerator, and everybody gets all butthurt because you love Cardano and you're like, in dollars, it's the highest ever. And I'm like, yeah, but in Bitcoin comparative, it's pretty darn low. I mean, I bought it back when it was way down there and I was talking about it on the channel. You can find videos of me talking about it back when it was 2 cents back in 2017. And then it went up to over $2. And then that's when we all sold it. And ever since then, it's just been coming down. Now, it has had a pump recently. But as you can see here, if we zoom in on this pump, the pump has extended to the 1.618 fib line right here at about 2090 sats right there. And it bounced up against once. It's coming up against a second time, not really breaking through. That seemed to be a bit of resistance, that fib level right there. Okay, and that's basically just the fib extension from the bottom here to the top of that run up right there. That's the fib extension having a hard time extending past there. So based on this, and also based on this, I would say short term, Cardano's not looking great. They just announced everything they're going to do. They don't have any more updates for a little bit. So potentially it might be worthwhile to sell your Cardano back into ETH, wait for it to come down on the Cardano ETH comparative, and then buy again. Maybe. But, you know, you do you, bro, because that's what we're all about, that and the hokey pokey. So I think that's all we have for Bitcoin. And yeah, I would say in a short-term price movements, who cares? Because guess what? Here's what happens. Right now, where we are with Bitcoin, we have somewhere in this area right here, somewhere in this area, Bitcoin is going to see a major price drop. We're going to see like 30%. We saw 10% today. Okay, 10% is like, whatever. But somewhere in this area, which is coming up pretty soon, okay, this would be in the next month or two. And historically, March is a very bad month for Bitcoin. Generally, March is a negative 14% month for Bitcoin on average. So I would say probably during March, we're going to see a big pullback in Bitcoin. But then after that, after this pullback that we're at right now, look what happens in 2011. Look what happened, or excuse me, that was 2014. Yeah, that was 2014. Look what happens in 2017. After this pullback, we see massive gains for Bitcoin, for altcoins, for everything else out there. So that's just a short episode for all of you guys. Not going to make it big, but you know, the price pulls back and then it goes up. It pulls back, it goes up. Once everybody you know, like once your parents start asking if you own Bitcoin, then sell. That's the point to get out. Like that's when your parents got into Facebook and everything like that. Once they're asking if you have enough Bitcoin in your retirement account, then get the fuck out of Bitcoin. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.